Louisiana Renaissance Festival. It's like a mini theme park that runs all weekend long, and for 6 weekends. There's live jousting, falconry, comedians, jugglers, fire eaters, lots of stuff. There's over 50 shows every single day.
You're going to see things you will never see in the everyday. You will find things here that you will never find in a shopping mall or at a local event and things of that sort. Very specific. You'll get to see jugglers, fire eaters, different types of storytelling, all done with a Renaissance flair to it. Same thing with the crafts that are here. You're going to see weapons that you'll never see anywhere else. You'll see lots of clothing that you can't find anywhere else, lots of handmade crafts, jewelry items, lots of different things here that you're just not going to go to the local mall and find.
You can come dressed any way you like. You can even wear a costume if you like. Oh, only about 1 in 5 people do. But depending on what it is you wear for Halloween, you could wear that costume to the Renaissance Festival.
This gown is an Elizabethan recreation from the 16th century, and it would be appropriate for a noble lady.
The Lady Danae has won the costume contest because she is inhabiting the mythological character of Danae, whom the god Jupiter himself showered with gold.
I have collected all the coins, all the gold that I've been showered with from the great kings. And I'm here at the Renaissance Festival to dance and entertain.
Sir Richard Rubottom also talks about the founding of the Order of the Garter by King Edward III. And my costume is actually a genuine replica from the sword to the garters, to the shoes, to the palliatum that the original Knights of the Garter wore and the official chaperone. This is the uniform of the original Knights of the Garter. And so, as I tell the story of how King Edward III founded the Order of the Garter from a garter dropped on the ground in a dance, and the king picked it up himself, and everyone was shocked because the king should not have been the one, and he said, "Only soit qui mal y pense," evil to him who thinks evil of it, and began the Order of the Garter. And I tell that story and enact it with the various patrons who come to the fair.
We are dancing for the Renaissance Festival. We are a belly dance troupe, Tribal Happenings. We are located in Hammond. We have a studio called the Belly Room. And we do a show 3 times a day. It's so much fun. We have finger cymbals and isis swings and dancing with swords and canes. It's a blast. It's so much fun hanging out with the people and playing and talking, and it's the interaction, just social and outside. It's lovely.
Everything's really nice, and a beautiful day like today, it's a great way to spend your day.
It's a great place to be.
All right, here we go. Under the leg. The boots are okay. And now, behind the back. All right, make up your own words, see if I can. To make this trick slightly more dangerous and a little more sexy. Wait, it gets better, hang on. All right, you know what to say now, here we go. Behind the back. Okay, take the picture.
Expect to see lots of excitement and fun. And of course, don't forget there's food, lots of shopping. There's over 100 merchants of things to buy. Perfect for the holiday season.
Well, our merchants come to us from all over, really, the globe. We have a couple that travel internationally, and most of our merchants are handcraft, fully handcraft, and they make either all or most of their product. They all different types of products. We have everything from fairy wings to beautiful brass pins. This was actually made by one of our shops here, the Brazen Lady, and she custom made that for me last year. We have jewelers and just everything you can imagine that would be found during the Renaissance or really anywhere. In order to become a merchant here, you actually go through a jury process. You submit a whole package of information, photographs, videos, whatever you can think of to show us what your product looks like. We get sent samples, and we have a jury of people that meet, and they decide whether or not it's appropriate for the theme, the level of quality that we require, and we either accept or deny people on that basis. And that goes on every spring.
For the first time ever, we're going to have something different every single weekend. So if you came every weekend, you'd see something different every weekend. We've got the washer wheel winches back. Huzzah! Excellent. There are so many shows. What is a must-see depends on what you like. But must-see events, if you've never seen a live joust, you absolutely want to see the joust.
One of the interesting things about the joust here is it's what's called a full contact joust. And what that is they are actually trying to knock each other off the horse. It is not a show as to who wins, because a lot of people think, well, it's all planned and scripted. Now, when they actually do the jousting, they do not know who's going to win going in.
And what it's like to be knocked off a horse and, 80 to 100 pounds of steel off 6 feet high, you really don't have much time to think. When you get those really big hits, there are times that you take a hit and you're just gone and you don't even know it, and you hit the ground and you're sitting there kind of dazed going, why am I here? But sometimes you get hit and you kind of know it, and you can stay in if you yank on the horse, but we really try not to do that. So you let go, and at that point in time, it's all of manner of tucking my arms in, don't throw arms out because that's when you're going to get hurt, and just try to go with the momentum. So when you hit the ground, you keep rolling, otherwise you get jammed up. But it's fast. You don't have much time to think, and when you hit that ground, it's jarring.
You will never see anything like this within the state of Louisiana or many other places within the country unless you come to where we are. The reason being is that we are one of the few troops left that actually engage in what is known as full contact jousting. That is to say that the lance passes themselves are not staged. They're not set up. Whatever happens, happens. The lances aren't cut to break or made or preset. There's no pre-knowledge as to who's going where and how it's going to go. We have 4 passes, and within those 4 passes, I either want to outscore the other guy or knock him off his horse. But in truth, the rest of the show does have a structure to it, so that way for an audience there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a story to follow. But they will get to see, honest to God, no fooling around jousting. But in a good, safe environment. We're not out there trying to hurt each other. We're not out there trying to kill each other. But we're out here to put on a good show, but we are competing against one another.
There's storytellers. There is puppet shows. We have one of the best puppet shows in the States. We have fire eating, wine tasting, tea tastings, comedian. We have the winner of the Tom Fool Award. There is so much to see. I can't even think of all of it at one time. So you look at the schedule and figure out what it is you like, and that's what you should come see.
We have 2 standing special events. One of them would be the wine tasting, wine tasting and whiskey tasting. Those happen, the wine tasting is every Saturday and Sunday, I believe at 1 o'clock. Then we also have a whiskey tasting that goes on, I believe 3 weekends of the festival on Saturday afternoons. And then we also have the Queen's Tea, which is every Sunday at 1:30. For our other special events, we do weddings and birthday parties and just any kind of gathering you can imagine out here. We have a couple of weddings going on this season. People actually do get married here, and it's wonderful. We have a preacher that comes out and dresses up in full costume and do the arch of swords, and it's a lot of fun.
The festival actually consists of about a 100-acre site. The play area is somewhere in the vicinity of 30 acres. We've had as many as 7,500 patrons out here at one time on our student day. So we are a large event. One of the things that most people don't realize is how large an event we actually are. Most people, when they come out, they think it's, you know, your typical festival. It'll take maybe an hour to walk through and see everything. I sat down one day and figured that if you figure you want to look in each one of the booths for 10 minutes, we have 100 booths, so that's 1,000 minutes you've dedicated to that. By the way, 600 minutes is 10 hours, so it would take 15 hours roughly to simply spend 10 minutes inside of every booth that's out here, doing nothing but just looking. So it truly, and then we have the stages. We have more entertainment on stage than it is possible to see in a day. We have schedules that we publish, that we post at the ticket booth and also make available to people when they come in along with the program that have all the stage entertainment and the times. We have 7 designated stages along with several other areas where performers will stop and entertain people. So the best thing to do is just plan on coming out and just wander from stage to stage.
Our children's parties are so much fun. We actually take the kids on an adventure all around the site. And we have a specialized theme for each party, and they can pick whether they want to be pirates or princesses or knights or what have you. And then we create a show for the kids. And we take them on this adventure, and then at the end they get to have cake and ice cream and all that. So.
You don't have to dress up. You just come and watch the people and watch the shows, and it is a good time.
You'll have the best time. Everybody wants to have fun with you. Come to the fair.
The Renaissance Festival is in Hammond, Louisiana. You simply go on I-12, exit 42, and follow the signs any weekend from now through December 12th. And you can come have fun. We open at 9:45 a.m. and we run until about sundown. So come early, you get a lot more fun that way.